All right, so this is not square or anything, but this is, I'm trying to get the corners for my house. This is the layout of the house. But this is 16 by 32. I haven't squared it or anything. No need to just yet. But I have my spot bush hogged here, and I want to get a rough idea of where the house sits. Looking at it from the outside is a lot smaller than I thought, which is good because that gives me the option of moving the house up and down this lane. I'll show you what's going on here, what I'm trying to do. So let's start down there, but that's my corner, and this is my line where it's the bush hogging, the mowing stops right there. I've made this line and goes over there to my cousin's corner, which is right there. This is from the border going that way, and that fence down there is actually Daddy's fence. This is where I want the house to be right now. I've got it way at that end. So no matter how far up and down this way I put it, that's not going to change the view much, whether I go east or west with it, up and down this little aisle. This view going to the south isn't going to change much at all. But the view, I guess, that matters the most, one of the prettiest views, is, yeah, sort of north that way. So that's pretty wide open, and I want to have a long view like that. I have these pine trees here. They're not mine, that's on the neighbors. That's kind of the line right there where the trees are. And part of me wants the pine trees for windbreak from the north in the winter, and those are pine trees, so they'll be evergreen. Maybe I could put the view from the front porch where I look out. I still see the valley, sort of. Anyway, that's what I'm working with. Beautiful, beautiful place, I think. Okay, so I changed it. This was the front corner. The house would have been back behind. But now I moved the front of the house way up there, 40 feet. If this is where the porch would be, and my view north would be this now, with moving the house this way. So that's still pretty good. West stays the same, and east pretty much the same. I'm on bush hog both sides of this here in a little bit whenever it dries up. Right now, the views are good. Moving it up this way puts me a little further up the hill, which is always good. It's a little drier. I think this may be it, but we'll see what happens. cutting wood off of the fence. Daddy and stepmother's line. It may be a little far gone, but it is seasoned, whatever it is. So I'm trying to get some firewood for this fall. Some of this stuff may be a little far gone, or most of it actually is, but it is seasoned and it'll burn good. And this first wood burning season, I may just have to do what I can, and you know, keeps it from wasting. So yeah, up one side and about to go down the other fence line and then back down the hill. And the line don't go all the way up there, but we're pretty close to the highway coming off the side of the mountain. So when I'm working and you hear highway noise, it's probably from up here. This ain't the greatest firewood either. Sweet gum, I think maybe some pear. I think there is some cherry and maybe even like one piece of oak and all that. Even though it's not the greatest firewood, it'll be seasoned for this wood burning season. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it, and it keeps it from wasting. And there's some stuff over there, and we just want to get it up because it'll grow up in the grass and get bush hogged. But I want to show you something cool. This is an old cedar pole. So you can see, well, it's out of frame, but like there's this is locust, but we used to have all wood fence posts up here, and they over time rot, and like there's an end that was in the ground. As you can see, the limbs and stuff sticking out. So at one time the post was bigger around, there was more wood there, and it's rotted off, but it's red cedar, and so it's rotted down to the heart. And this fence post, I wouldn't be afraid to say it's probably 40 plus years old since it's been used as a fence post, and it's rotted down to this. And look where I cut with the chainsaw accidentally, it's still red, and it's got that really awesome cedar smell. These are around in different places. I may use this in some other construction thing. You can scrape this bark off and this will be just as red as it can be. And there's more of this around. You'll be seeing more of it, but thought I'd show you that. It's pretty, to me, it's pretty awesome. So I'm on bush hog today when it gets, hopefully when some of this dew evaporates off. But there's a couple of things in here that I want to show you first. before I bush hog. I'm gonna try to bush hog around it, but every time I go to mow some of these patches off, I try to look and see what's there, and I've found quite a few wild black walnuts coming up, and I'm gonna leave them for the time being. I'll talk about it later, but there's a really cool flower here. I'll show that to you. Get this bush hogged off. Today I'm gonna come back and bush hog the house site and finally hopefully get the batter boards up. I got some clarification on what I'm supposed to do with that, so yeah, if I get this going today, this will be big. Right here, I saw this yesterday. Purple passion flower, maypop is what you'd call them around here. There's the vine. Here's another vine, and I have been seeing this around. I've actually bush hogged some of them down, unfortunately, but it is something that I want to keep a few of eventually. Black walnut, and I'll be able to tell a lot more about this when I do bush hog. Another black walnut. Black walnut. Where I'm walking now is in a little dip, so I do want to know what this looks like exactly before I start laying anything out for sure as far as the house goes. I bush hogged this whole area for years, many times, so I am fairly familiar with the layout of the land and the contour and stuff, but I want to make sure. Don't know what these are called, but they used to be way more of them on the sides of the roads, and they are an important native for the pollinators, so I would like to see those come back. Whew, I'm getting wet, and this is pretty low down here. So you can see the elderflower coming back, and again black walnut, and a couple more black walnuts there and there. And I'm gonna leave this elderberry for the time being. These aren't great big like some of them I've seen around, but they're here. Pollinators are enjoying them. Birds will probably enjoy them after that. Went pretty good. I'll let the tractor rest a minute. It's starting to get a little warm, but show you what basically be the yard of the house and how I selectively cut, kinda. I don't know how many, probably 10 on this side, 10 black walnuts that I left. I won't grow all these out, but there's another thing here. I don't know what this is called. I've seen it before. I'm probably going to look it up. But whatever it is, I think it's probably native, and it's clearly a pollinator plant. I see all kind of stuff going on in there. So there's a patch of it together, and I just cut around it. I cut some down, and who knows what I cut down. That's just the nature of it. You can see the stobs. That's where the house generally will be. A couple of black walnuts. And honestly, didn't find anything problematic down through here. This is probably not showing up on camera, but this part dips down a little bit, but it's very dry, so that's cool. And you can see about where this walnut is, it stoops off again, and now that down in there is wet, but most of this is dry enough, plenty dry enough for most of the trees that I want to grow. Okay, so there is my line. Hopefully that's showing up. This will be the top of my foundation. Now this is not dialed completely in. I have to have another set of hands to do that this evening. So I'm gonna see if Daddy will come down here and help me. And it's about 10 or 11 now, and it's honestly just getting too hot to work out in this field for me anyway. And yeah, I don't have to work any longer right now on this part anyway, because I'll have to have that second set of hands to square the string up. I know it looks simple, and it actually is simple once it's all said and done, but it took me a long while and a lot of discussion with people that know what they're doing to get this where I want it. And like I said, I still have to fine tune it. All right, I think that'll be it for this time. It is hot.